You know that pharmacy on the corner, right? The one you trust, the one that's always been a part of the community. Well, behind that friendly counter, there's a quiet battle for survival going on. So today, let's dive into the secret playbook they're using to fight back. For as long as anyone can remember, the business model for the 60,000 pharmacies here in the US was built on a really simple idea: volume. The more prescriptions they filled, the healthier their business was. It was a straightforward formula that worked for decades.
Because that simple, straightforward model, well, it's completely broken now. The ground has totally shifted from under their feet, and forces way outside the pharmacy's control are squeezing their profits, sometimes to nothing.
So, what exactly went wrong? Well, it turns out, while pharmacies were focused on filling more prescriptions, other players in the game were busy rewriting the financial rules. The story really starts with the middlemen, these companies called pharmacy benefit managers who manage drug benefits. Between just 2020 and 2022, their profits absolutely exploded, jumping by a staggering 158%. And here's the other side of that coin. During that exact same period, what happened to pharmacies? Their total profit didn't just dip, it completely collapsed, dropping by nearly half. I mean, it's a shocking reversal of fortune. This is what we call the Great Divergence. While PBM profits were soaring to new heights, pharmacy profits just cratered. It's gotten so bad that by 2022, pharmacies were actually losing money, on average, for every single brand name drug they dispensed. The old game is officially over. So, how is that even possible, right? How can a pharmacy lose money on its main product? Well, it's because their prescription margin is under a coordinated assault. This attack comes from three directions. First, you've got something called spread pricing, where middlemen pay the pharmacy less than what they'd charge the insurance company and just pocket the difference. Second, there's MAC pricing, which can literally force pharmacies to sell generic drugs for less than they paid for them. And finally, these unpredictable DIR fees can claw back profits months after a sale, completely wiping out any money they thought they made. So, if you're a pharmacy and you can't control your revenue, how in the world can you possibly win? You have to change the goal. You have to change the way you keep score. You see, focusing on top-line sales is a losing strategy when someone else is setting the price. The absolute key here is that success now has to be measured by what a store manager can actually influence day in and day out. And this brings us to the new MVP metric for any pharmacy: Controllable EBITDA, or C-EBITDA. Think of it as the true heartbeat of the store's financial health. It cuts through all the corporate noise and those unpredictable fees, and it focuses only on what the store itself controls: its sales, the cost of its products, and its operating expenses. For a pharmacy manager today, mastering this is how you win. So how do you master C-EBITDA? Well, the new playbook is elegant, it's powerful, and it's built on a foundation of two core pillars. The whole playbook is built on these two ideas. Pillar 1, aggressively maximize the revenue streams you can control. And Pillar 2, ruthlessly optimize the costs you can control. It's a simple but really powerful framework. So let's start with revenue. If prescription margins are collapsing, pharmacies have to find new ways to make money, ways that are stable, predictable, and actually profitable. This really means two big things. First, reinventing the front of the store. Instead of just guessing what to stock on the shelves, they're using data to focus on high-margin products. The gross margin on front-end sales can be around 38%, which is way higher than for prescriptions. Second, they're moving beyond just dispensing pills into providing high-value clinical services. And that opportunity is enormous. Americans spent over $860 billion on clinical services like immunizations, testing, and health consultations in 2021. By offering these, pharmacies are shifting from getting paid for a product to getting paid for a service, which is a whole different ballgame and completely independent of those PBM contracts. Now, for the other side of that CBID-CEPT equation, costs. Every single dollar saved here drops directly to the bottom line, protecting the profits they're working so hard to generate. The two biggest controllable expenses are inventory. That's the cost of all the products on the shelves, and labor. And the goal isn't just to cut these costs, it's to get the absolute maximum value and efficiency from every dollar spent.
And just look at the room for improvement. The industry benchmark for inventory turnover is 12 times per year. That means you sell and replace your entire stock every month. Makes sense. But the average pharmacy, they're turning their front-end inventory just 1.7 times a year. That's cash just sitting on a shelf, not doing anything.
What's so fascinating is how one simple tool can drive this entire playbook. It's called medication synchronization, or MedSync. It just coordinates all of a patient's refills for one predictable monthly pickup. This improves patient adherence, which directly reduces those painful DIR fees, so that's a revenue win. It also creates a predictable workflow, allowing for smarter staff scheduling and just-in-time inventory ordering, and that's a cost win. It connects both pillars perfectly.
So, when you put this all together, what does it mean for the future of your local pharmacy? Well, it represents a fundamental transformation of their role in our lives.
This is the news scoreboard. Instead of just counting prescriptions, the modern pharmacy manager is watching a dashboard of controllable metrics, things like inventory turns, payroll ratios, and medication adherence rates. These are the numbers that actually determine whether they win or lose this new game.
So, the crucial point here is that this isn't just a financial strategy, it's a mission change. By focusing on what they can control, pharmacies are evolving from simple product dispensers into true healthcare destinations, vital hubs for testing, advice, and comprehensive care right in your neighborhood.
In the end, this entire playbook comes down to one powerful idea. In an increasingly uncontrollable market, the only path forward is to focus inward. By embedding this data-driven discipline into their daily operations, local pharmacies aren't just securing their own survival. They're building a more valuable and indispensable future for all of us. Master the controllables, and you master your future.